to Freshservice. In this session, we're going to dive into the product and see how Freshservice can help streamline your IT service management. Now, Freshservice is a cloud-based ITSM tool from the Freshworks range of products. It's ITIL aligned, meaning that every feature that's built into the tool is according to the best practices in the industry, with a closer focus on ease of use and scalability. We'll start from the end user's perspective, which would be employees who are trying to get in contact to raise issues or requests, and how they'll be able to interact with the help desk. Now, there are multiple channels that we extend for your end users to contact the help desk. The first one we're going to see is the support portal. So this is the support portal that comes with Freshservice out of the box. What you're seeing here is Lighthouse, which is our central help desk that we use over here at Freshworks. As a global organization and with a lot of employees joining the company remotely because of the pandemic, we have a help desk in place for addressing any and all queries we have, not only with IT, but virtually every department within the company, ranging from HR to finance, basically any team that can benefit from having a tool in place to streamline the queries that they receive on a day-to-day basis. We have a ticket form that captures which area our ticket is related to, based on which our automations will then route this to the right teams without someone needing to man the queue and make sure every ticket is where it needs to be. And this same mechanism applies for any service we may need to put in a request for as well, whether it's hardware provisioning or even access to one of our applications. Now, you can customize this page so its branding fits your business more closely. You can add your own logo and change the colors on here, or even revamp the look and feel with your own CSS. By design, with what you get out of the box, we want to make it as easy as possible for your end users to leverage this portal and get the help they require. So let's say that Alex is one of your end users and she has an issue with her printer. She can first search for her query over here and say printer not working to view results corresponding to the issue she's facing. This could be articles you have in your knowledge base or even tickets that she's raised in the past. Now, when you're having a knowledge base in place with guides for the issues that you're receiving on a day-to-day basis, Alex and your other colleagues would be able to easily find information and try to solve their issues on their own before they reach out to the help desk for help. By this point of time, you might have identified certain key areas where you do repetitively receive tickets, things like password resets, blue screen errors, and so on and so forth. So you can educate your end users on the first level of steps they need to be taking with instructional guides that can include any kind of media that you think would be beneficial for this cause, in the grander scheme of things, making this one less ticket that the team would need to work on. Now, you can organize this space into different folders or categories based on the content you're going to make available here. And you can also make sure that each folder is only going to be visible to the people that it's relevant for. So you're curating the content that the people see in this area and ensuring that these articles are only seen by the right set of eyes. So for example, if this human resources folder is something you only want displayed for folks in the HR team, that is something that you would be able to restrict. Now, for queries that may be more complex, you can describe the issue that you're facing within the ticket form. And this form is fully customizable, meaning that you can collect as much or as little information you need to get started with troubleshooting this issue. This form can also be tailored to the kind of issue someone's facing. So for Alex, when she's having an issue with her printer, this means that she can say she's having an IT-related issue, even further an issue with respect to hardware, and maybe even describe what kind of device she's having a problem with, since when the issue is persisting, and any other information you want to collect for the different kinds of issues people may be raising. Now, when she enters her issue in the subject line, we're once again greeted with an article from our knowledge base that can help resolve this query. This is just another way in which we're pushing for self-help and ticket deflection to encourage your end users to go through the documentation you have before they're raising this issue. So in case Alex missed reading it earlier, she can take a look at it now, and it might deflect her from having to raise a ticket. We also give your end users the opportunity to build relationships between the hardware that's being problematic and the ticket that they're raising as a result, kind of building a 360-degree view of the problem, where you can see who's raising the problem, what problem they're facing, and what asset it's related to. And further to that, how many times this asset has been problematic, what kind of issues have arisen, and what expenses have been incurred as a result. And we'll be seeing more about what these relationships mean when we take a look at the agent console. Now, this asset list is just a list of assets that's assigned to Alex as an individual. For issues with shared assets, like say the printer on the first floor, you can allow your end users to search for those assets too and build these connections before submitting the ticket. Now, in the description, we can offer a brief summary of the issue at hand, along with any images or screenshots that might be relevant to this issue, and send in the ticket. Upon ticket submission, all conversations that happen between Alex and the team are going to be compiled here, making this an easy reference for Alex when she revisits this ticket if she needs to follow up, aside from any email chain you would be maintaining. And she can also review other tickets she's raised in the past over here as well. Now, we've just seen how you'd be able to raise issues via the support portal, but as we explored earlier, you can also use the support portal for raising requests for things you need. And these services that you're offering can be centralized within the service catalog. Now, this space operates pretty similar to an e-commerce platform in the sense that someone can come into the catalog, click on what they need, and place a request for the same. And for each of these requests that you're going to publish here, you can set the right expectations with your end user by telling them when this request would approximately be fulfilled and provide them with any other pertinent details in the description, with specifications or any other information. And if you need more information from your end user so that you can process these requests, very similar to a ticket form, you can collect all the details you require over here. And if you notice a trend in the way these requests are being placed, for example, a request for a laptop may generally go with a request for application access and a mouse, you can you can lump these items together so your end user just has to come into the screen and place a request for everything they need instead of having to head back into the service catalog for every individual item. Once placed, you can send an email through to their reporting manager to sign off on this and offer their approval to say, yes, this is a sensible ask and I approve, so you can go ahead and get this request fulfilled. Further to that, automating this task can take off the burden of manual intervention, so you don't need to trigger any of these requests and follow up on them manually on a day-to-day basis with the volume of requests you might be receiving. And this is the case not only for IT-centric asks, but any other process you'd like to streamline here, for example, employee onboarding or even offboarding. We have forms for this available out of the box, which can not only collect all your new hires' information, but also lump together what you need to process for them, what services need to be rendered in the first week that they join, like setting up their payroll, providing them with an ID card, email access, and the like. The good news here is that with the right automations, you can ensure that these requests are going to be sent directly to the teams responsible for them. For example, payroll to finance, ID card to facilities, laptop to IT. So no one needs to man the queue and ensure that everything is automatically going where it needs to be. Now that essentially covers a gist of the support portal experience. On top of this, we do have a mobile application available for iOS and Android. So let's say someone spilled coffee on their laptop and their computer doesn't work, they can use the app to get in contact with the team.